Greetings and salutations, unfortunately for you, I am back with another video. This one's more music related. Simply, I've had a few comments since the last video I put out, which is basically just me kind of noodling around. And some people have taken to private message me, those of them that know me, off of YouTube. Wondering where in the world, they're interested in the instrument. They want to know some basics. And I haven't done a video on this in a while, so first and foremost, the thing you got to understand about the banjo market is it is quite a big of a money sink. I would say more so than guitar. There are some budget friendly options for guitar that are pretty fairly decent quality. When it comes to banjos, not really. You kind of get what you pay for. That being said, definitely within the cheaper end of the market for quality would be actually what I hold in my hand. This is a Good Time by Deering, but mine is a custom. So this one is actually, um, take this capo off here, show you the headstock. This is actually a custom Crow model. This was released for Steve Martin's The Crow album, which is an excellent album if you've never actually heard it. Uh, I don't play with my phone because for whatever reason the audio on the phone just gets kind of screwy. So I mean, take for instance, I'm sure that that sounded like pure hot garbage. It just sounded like a bunch of tin being rattled. So that being said, um, some people have asked because they're confused about the resonator versus an open back. It all comes down to personal preference. As somebody who's played in church and out in public and stuff like that, I prefer a resonator. They're louder. That being said, if you're just looking for something to kind of plink around in your bedroom or out on your porch or something like that, an open back is fine. And in fact, if you end up needing to use it in a setting like church or some kind of public performance place, you can simply invest in a microphone or borrow a microphone, an amplifier setup, and you can put out what you can. Um, I have had this. I started playing when I was 18. I actually started with guitar when I was 20. When I was 13. So I've been playing music for at least getting ready to go on 24 years now. That's quite wild when I think about it. Anyway, um, so really, some people have wondered what this little fifth string here does. It's a droner. So you don't really play melodies with it very much. There are some who do leads and breakdowns on them, but by and large, most of your songs that you're going to learn, they're not going to involve fretting this string. Um, it's mostly for whatever key you're in. So typically, your banjo is going to be tuning what is called open G, where it goes D, G, B, D, and then the fifth is a G. So it makes, if you just strike it, all the strings open, that's a G chord. So I know that probably still sounds like hot garbage, but there you go. People have asked about the bridge. This bridge is adjustable. In fact, it's just literally a piece of wood. Um, if I can get up right on it, you can probably see some outlines next to it. Those are pencil markings. So that when I change my strings out, if I feel like the bridge kind of got away from where I want it to be, I can just scoot it back and get it back into the ballpark. It's just the same as when you adjust the bridge on your guitar. You do it for intonation reasons. So I mean, it's there you go. It's not too far off. Um, Changing the strings is again no different. If you're used to doing it with a guitar, no big deal. Typically your tailpiece is going to be looped, so you're going to notice that banjo strings are looped. They don't have the little brass ring that guitars and basses have. Um, People have asked about a capo. So I use a regular standard guitar tuning or guitar capo for the top, the four strings. But when it comes to the fifth string, I have this little device here that I bought once upon a time because I didn't like the idea of spiking my neck anymore. Um, it's put out by Banjo Highway, and it's fifth string capo, and it basically just kind of put it there and like you just tighten it up and there you go. I mean, you would never put it here, but just to kind of prove my point. Um, yeah, that's made my teeth grind. The instrument is not as exotic as you think it is. Honestly, it's very easy to set up, and typically speaking, when it has a problem, they're easy to fix. For example, so what I was doing there was checking head tension. If I feel like the tone is off, I'll give a quick little thump to the drum head, and I have a tool. And what I'll do is I'll take my resonator and my back off. I'll get in there and I'll tighten it up. They have these little brackets that are tightened up with this kind of. It looks almost like a lug nut setup. And you just take this little tool and you just tighten them kind of in a star pattern like you would your tire, and there you go. And you just kind of keep tighten. Don't over tighten, but get them to where they're really good and snug. Like it would take a lot of effort to keep tightening them. You know what I mean? Uh, but don't over tighten. You'll know when you're over tightening them because like it'll get really, really difficult to keep turning them. Um, so like I said, I would suggest something by Good Time. Uh, but it's kind of like if I had to make a comparison, especially for those of you who are more towards guitar playing, you know how Epiphones are to Gibsons and what Squires are to Fenders. Good Time is to Deering. It's literally the same company. It's just the more budget friendly line. That being said, you're still looking at like at least 400 to maybe 500. Um, I've had this particular model. Uh, I bought it when I was 20, I think. I've had this for almost 16 years. So, this particular model, like I said, I don't think they're very. I don't think this particular model is easy to find anymore. The Crow with a resonator, but this was like $900, so it is what it is. Some people have wondered if like you're supposed to change the drum head out. No, like they're fine. It's literally just that's literally just years of scratching and like the oil from my hands and everything like that, and like I wrote my nan's name over here underneath the armrest, so like it literally it's not the same as the body of a guitar. It's literally just a drum head. Like it can take abuse, and it can take. You'll see a lot of old timers that have scratched theirs up so bad that they're either clear or they are actually. Um, some of the metal from their picks have rubbed off onto the drum head, making it have a sheen. It looks almost like somebody slicked a piece of tinfoil over top of it. So it's quite wild. Um, I'm trying to think of what else other people have asked. Oh yeah, do you have to play bluegrass? I think with my video that I did yesterday, I wouldn't even classify what I did last night as bluegrass. I love playing bluegrass. I love playing Appalachian music. It that was just me freestyling. It's just me freeforming. Um, People have asked about the picks. Now, last night's video, I didn't play with picks. I was bare fingering it and like, cause like when I'm freestyling, I like to kind of switch back and forth between, 3 finger, 2 finger, and drop thumb, right? So, but with picks, picks are very standard. If you've got a set and you've never put them on before, you don't know how to put them on. Show you how to put them on. So I do have a metal thumb pick, but this one is a plastic. Um, so like it literally just goes on like that. It probably sound like crap because my phone hates the sound of the banjo apparently. Um, you take this. You take your typically your lighter gauge of the. Although you might have the same gauge of finger pick, but you take the lighter of the two, you put them on your index, and of course your heavier gauge, because mine are different gauges. Yeah, mine are different gauges. This is a point zero two, and this is a point 0.0225. So it's just a fraction of a bit thicker than this one. And basically, what you want to try to put this in a way that easy for everybody to see. So the way that you rest your hand is going to be kind of like this C shape. You're going to be locking your knuckles right there. You're going to be doing this number right here. You're going to be anchoring your hand right around the bridge. Now you can kind of go. It affects the tone a little bit. Like I like to play up here for like backup, or when I just feel like being mellow. But like generally speaking, your leads like you're gonna be playing down there for. So again, that probably sounds like hot garbage because I'm sure my phone's like, ugh, but there it is. Um, so like you don't have to play with picks if you don't want to, but there you go. Personally, I usually only use them in a public format. I don't really use them for sitting around the house very much. I do occasionally, especially when I feel like I need to get the feel for them back because, like, my fingers get fat. You know, they really do. And when I finally put the picks back on, like it feels like it cuts the circulation off. So I want to keep them kind of loose because like weather does kind of affect your picks. Okay, so like you want to get make sure your picks are still fitting right and want to make sure that your fingers are still used to it. But generally speaking, now bare finger I can't really go as fast as I do with the pick, but you know that's okay. Like I'm not bare finger really helps with accuracy. So if you're doing something like Foggy Mountain Breakdown, you want to get that first lick going, you need to kind of practice it. It's like that helps with building up the accuracy of that because like some people just struggle with it because like I mean you know because some people want to try to take off at a breakneck speed. Being bare finger makes you slow down. So like um, when you eventually get it down, it's more like I still probably sound like crap. My phone probably is like freaking out, but there you go. Anyway, demystified. As always, take care. God bless. See you on the other side.